everyone. Today we will give a small demo on how to configure single sign-on with Okta on Adobe Admin Console. So the very first thing is we have to log in on the Adobe Admin Console and go to the settings tab. And once we go to the settings tab, we have to create a new directory. So we'll just name it as Okta. And uh, the option what we need to choose is we need to choose federated ID and go to the next option. And over here we need to go for the other SAML providers and go to next. So this is the information what we will get on the Adobe side. Now the next step is to go to the Okta side and we need to go to the applications tab, and over there we need to create a new application, that is SAML 2.0, and we go to next. We'll give the name of the application, so let's call it as Adobe Creative Cloud, and we don't have to do anything else. We go to the next option and the single sign-in URL. So we'll go back to the Adobe Admin Console and copy the ACS URL and paste it over here. And the same way, we need to go back to the Adobe Admin Console and copy the entity ID from here and paste it over here. Now, again, the name ID format we need to choose as the email address. And after that, what we need to do is we need to assign attributes. So the first attribute is the first name, and make sure F and N is in capital letters. So first name. The second attribute is the last name. Again, L and N should be in capital letters. And the last attribute what we need to add is the email address. So we'll define all these attributes over here. And now if we scroll down, we just have to go to the next screen. So we need to choose this option, contact app vendor, because uh, once the single sign-on will initiate, it will land to the Okta page where the authentication will happen. Now everything is done. We just have to click on finish. Now the app has been configured on Okta side. Now the next step is to copy the metadata, and this metadata we need to upload it on the Adobe Admin Console. So we'll go to the certificate section and view the metadata. So this is the metadata in the XML file, XML format. We just have to download this metadata and upload it on the Adobe side. So on the Adobe portal, we just have to go ahead and select the file, the metadata file, and once the metadata is here, we have to go to the next option. All right, so the metadata file is here. We go to click on the next option. So these are some additional options what you can choose as per your requirements. And now the single sign-on has been configured. We just click on done. So Okta single sign-on has been configured. We have the metadata and everything. Now the next step is to add the domain to this particular directory. So we click on add domains via DNS proof and go to the next option. Over here, we need to mention the domain name and go to next. All right, so now this domain needs validation. So it generates a public facing DNS token that has to be uploaded on your DNS server, and once this token is public, then we should be able to link this domain to the directory Okta. All right, so once the domain is linked with the Okta directory, the next step is to add a user to the app which has been created on the Okta side. And you have to make sure whatever user you will add on the Adobe Admin Console, you have to add them on the Okta side as well. So we are just adding this Okta test user, and now this Adobe Okta test user has been assigned to Adobe app created on the Okta side. Now to test the connection on Adobe Admin Console, we'll go to the authentication tab in the directory and click on test. So it redirects us to the Okta single sign-on page. We'll mention the username and the password and test the connection whether it's successful or not. As you can see, the test is successful and the Okta single sign-on is successfully configured. Now the next step is to add the user on the admin console. So you can just click on add user, and the same user which we tested on the authentication tab, we'll try to add the same user over here as well. Okta test at the domain name, and in the drop down you can see it's coming as a federated ID. All right, so this is all what you need to do. The Okta configuration is done, the user has been added. Now you can assign a plan to that user, and after that user just has to log in with their single sign-on, and they should be able to use Adobe applications. Thank you.